Hello and welcome to our live crafting session today. So I had in my mind yesterday evening, so it's Monday the 21st of July 2025. My name's Jenny McCormac. Welcome to you. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire. Here in the UK we are today with some nice blue skies. So yesterday evening I decided what I was going to do for our new stamp set of the week with a technique that we haven't visited for a little while. So I came down this morning looking for this particular stamp set that I wanted to use, which was a new one, and I can't find it anywhere. And it only arrived literally last week. So I've hunted high and low and I can't find it. So then I thought, okay, no problem, I'll switch out and use something else. I'll use the Charming Day stamp set, which is actually part of our class in the box for this month. Open it up, there's a missing stamp. I only used it literally 3-4 days ago. Looked on my craft desk, can't find it anywhere. Not to worry, I thought I'll manage without. I'll just use this one and I'll go for Bubble Bath as my colour combination. Do you think I can find my Bubble Bath ink pad? No. So I've switched to Pretty in Pink, and I thought, well, I'll just quickly cut out the layers. Do you think I could find my trimmer? Now bear in mind that I have 5 trimmers and I have 2 usually in use, one in here and one in my lounge if I'm cutting out there. Do you think I could find those? So there's something very strange going on in my craft room. Anyway, we're here now, so let's give this a go. So I've switched around, so I'm going to use Charming Day. It's got this lovely set of roses here, like a wild rose and some foliage, a nice sort of scripted happy birthday, thanks for being you, can't wait to see you again soon, you made my day, and a little hey. And I'm going to stamp in the background, so I've chosen now Pretty in Pink, because I managed to find the ink pad and also the blends pens to match. That was the other thing I couldn't find, was my Bubble Bath pens. And I've got a base layer here, so we're a little bit cobbled together, for which I do apologise. I've die cut a panel here that's going to have our main rose on and our sentiment, but let's do our background first. Let's grab a piece of grid paper. So I hope everybody is well. I hope you've had a good weekend. So this is Pretty in Pink and Pretty in Pink card, and I was going to use that small stamp which has evaded me, and the daft thing is it's a rubber stamp, so normally that would be quite easy to spot, but not today. So let's pop that on there. I do need to just wipe it down as I'm going. I think I probably stamped this in espresso previously, and obviously I didn't clean it afterwards. So I'm just doing a straightforward background. This card could either go in portrait or in landscape. So I'm just going to stamp around the edges. So I've got my Pretty in Pink ink, like so, and I'm just going to come off the edge like that. It's a very delicate little flower. Just going to turn it round so I've got different elements showing, so it doesn't look like the same stamp necessarily, or the same part of it, I should say. Let's do all of that. So when I find my missing stamp sets, that will be our stamp set of the week for next week. So I've just sort of switched these round because this would have been my stamp set for next week. Hey ho. It's hardly critical in the scheme of things, is it? Okay, so there is my background. And let's see. Hi Carol. Long time no see. Okay, I'm going to stamp my detail on here and do a little bit of colouring. I am just going to wipe that off, not that it would particularly matter on my espresso. And I haven't got any lights on because it's nice and bright today, but you will find obviously a little bit of shadowing from the side window. So just inking this one up. And what I should have done probably is stamp my sentiment first, so let's do that. I do like this happy birthday. So I'm going to add that. I'll clean it up a little bit. There does seem to be more red rubber around this, so it's quite easy to catch the edges, and I can tell because I could see the edges were inked up. So what I would do, if I could even find some scissors, is just trim the excess rubber. It doesn't have to look pretty, don't trim it too close, but just take those little edges off. So let's ink this up like so, and I haven't actually decided, will it fit that way? My gut feel is I want it in landscape. Okay, so there's my happy birthday. And then this one is nicely going to fit across here, and then might add a little bit extra on that left. So you could just cut a rectangle if you've got a circle punch or a circle die. You could use that if you wanted to instead of this one here. If I had the smaller flower stamp, I would probably use that in the left hand corner, but until I find it, and I want more of the flower rather than the foliage and leaves here, so bring that one in. There, just clean that off. So I hope you all had a good weekend. Of course, it's Monday here now, on to another week. So a warm welcome to anybody who's joined us since the start of this live session. So that's going to go on to there like that. And I'm just going to do some quick colouring in. So I have that same pretty in pink for my roses. I've got assorted greenery. I've got dark soft sea foam, dark and hopefully light granny apple green. There we go. So let's do the foliage first. Sometimes I like to colour with a lighter green. Oh, there's not much in this one. I've got some new ones out, which are not in front of me. But this one has been going since March 2019. So 6 and a bit years. So I'm just scribbling this one over. I'm going to go over with the other colours, but it's quite nice to lay down a light colour so you get some instant shading effectively. So I'm just going to do all of these leaves. So the colouring in will keep everybody quiet at Coffee and Card this week. I was trying to have a break from some colouring, which we did last week. There we go. So just laying down that colour really quickly. Would have been even quicker if I'd had a new pen, but never mind. That's all. There we go. So I've just laid that colour down. I don't know if you can see. Hi Alison, good morning to you. Just a little bit of colour on those leaves, and now I can come in with my dark just along that central line. Almost just a scribble, really. I think that's it. I think that's a flat bottom. Oh, it's a tiny one there. Oh, the sun's gone in. And then this is my light granny apple green. So I can just go over, so I'm using a sort of circular motion, but I'm leaving some of those edges just with that lighter green. So almost like they're variegated leaves. So this is light and dark granny apple green. Oh, I missed one there, look. With a bit of soft sea foam colour underneath. So it means you don't have to be quite as precise. If you can see, it just gives a quite soft look to it. So what have we got? A week and a half left of July. Crazy, just crazy. Okay. Right, I can go back and add more detail to that if I wish. Let me show you what that's looking like so far. So pretty standard layout, nothing too complex. Let's see, dark, pretty and pink I'm going to use around some of these edges. And obviously you can make these any colour you like to match your backing. And if you've got some of these lovely floral charm papers, which I'll show you some. This is what's in our class in a box for this month. So you've got these lovely papers. Then obviously you could use that as your backing as well, and you could use that for your colour choice. Okay, just going on these outer edges just for something slightly different. So this is dark petal pink, no, dark pretty and pink. So, and then just a little bit of the light. Hi Michelle. you're okay. And just going to scribble that colour in, like so. Leave a little bit of the white, and again you could use a lighter pink, so if you did have bubble bath blends pens, I could have laid that colour down, so. And if you wanted to, you could then go back in and add more colour detail, but I'm happy with it just as is. So there we go. So this is Charming Day is the stamp set. As I say, it's our unexpected stamp set of the week because I had something completely different in mind. Okay, so I'm going to layer these up. I'm going to pop that up probably on dimensionals and add a little bit of bling. And let's stamp that flower on the inside. Here it is. And I'm going to stamp that in the Pretty in Pink. And I would do the same for the envelope as well. If I can see this piece here. So I did clean this off earlier. So inking this one up. And I'm just going to mimic that corner really, like so. So that's on the inside, very delicate little rose. Cover up my ink pad and then lay these down. So this was going to go on first. Morning, Catherine. Hope you're well. Hope you've enjoyed a bit of downtime while you can. Okay, this is my stamped background going on here. And then this piece is going to go on the top, and I've just found some dimensionals which I've put aside. So let me get some. I was just saying to everyone, Catherine, that this wasn't my intended stamp set of the week, because I just couldn't find the one that I wanted to use with the technique that we haven't done for a little while. So just using these offcuts of dimensionals. Put that one in the middle, and we are done. Come on, let you come. So I've released our class in a box for July. So if you're on my email list, you will have received an email. And if you're not on my list but would like to be, then just comment or send me a private message with your email. I'm going to put this just slightly higher centre. Like so, and find some bling and add that. No, that's definitely the wrong set of colours. So I think the borrowers must be at play in my craft room. Oh, I've got little gold butterflies, just plain ones. And more plain ones. Right, let's just do that. So yes, I couldn't find the stamp set, then I couldn't find the trimmer, couldn't find my bubble bath pens, and then when I decided to use this one, it's missing a stamp. So yeah, it all went a little bit to pot today. Okay, let's do 3 of these, so just our plain gems, like so, just to balance that out a little bit. So there we are, Charming Day is stamp set. It's also our class in a box for this month, and I hope you like it. So nice, straightforward, stamping the background, stamping on a die cut panel. But if you had a punch, you could punch out a circle shape, something like that. And there we go. So next week, hopefully, will be my chosen stamp set of the week, if I find it. It'll be here somewhere. So in the meantime, this is Charming Day. So this will be featuring from tomorrow at Coffee and Card. Our Coffee and Card this afternoon in Toaster is still featuring last week's stamp set of the week, which is those lovely vases and bowls. And this will be in Brackley tomorrow at Esquire's Coffee Shop. So thank you so much to everybody. Apologies for the slightly disjointed, unprepared session this morning, but hey ho, that's how we flow. And after I've had my coffee, I'm going to start looking for all of those items that I can't find. So thank you so much. Do take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll see you on Wednesday morning for our latest online exclusive product. And Thursday evening for a stepped up version of Charming Day. Thank you everyone, and bye for now.